What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 5-5 in the MLB last time, so a so-so day from us last time. We need to do better. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Mets are going to Arizona to face the Diamondbacks. The Mets come in at 26-21, and the Diamondbacks come in at 20-36. Game 1 of this series was won by the New York Mets by the final score of 6-2. Game 2 of this series was won by the Arizona Diamondbacks by the final score of 6-5 in 10 innings. That game went back and forth there in the bottom of the ninth and in the top of the top of the 10th, sorry. And the Arizona Diamondbacks came up on top 6-5 in 10 innings, so whoever wins this game wins the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is David Peterson for the New York Mets and Madison Bumgarner for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Mets to win this game on the road in Arizona, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies going to Cincinnati to face the Reds. The Phillies come in at 26-29, and the Reds come in at 24-29. Game 1 of this year's won by the Cincinnati Reds by the final score of 11-1. They blew out the Phillies in Game 1, but listen to this. Game 2 of this series won by the Philadelphia Phillies by the final score of 17-3. A football score, 17-3. The Phillies got revenge on the Reds for beating the crap out of them last time and beating them the crap out of them. Yeah, they beat the crap out of them 17-3. Wow, that both games were blowouts, and both teams won it, so whoever wins this game, I don't know. Pitching matchup for this game is Spencer Howard for the Philadelphia Phillies and Vladimir Gutierrez for the Cincinnati Reds. And the Philadelphia Phillies are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Reds to win this game at home, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox going to Cleveland to face the Indians. The White Sox come in at 33-22. And the Indians come in at 30-24. Game 1 of this series, the first two games of this series are doubleheaders. So the first game was won by the Chicago White Sox by the final score of 8-6 in 8 innings. It went in extra innings. It went in 8 innings. They won it in the bottom of the 8th. No, in the top of the 8th. They took the lead in the top of the 8th and won it 8-6. Then in game 2, Cleveland won 3-1, another 7-inning game. That was the second of the doubleheader. And today wasn't a doubleheader, it was a 9-inning game, and the Cleveland Indians won that game 6-5. So the Cleveland Indians lead this series 2-1, so they are looking to win this series, while the White Sox are looking to split this series with the Indians. And the pitching matchup for this game is Lance Lynn for the Chicago White Sox and Giancarlo Mejia for the Cleveland Indians. And the Chicago White Sox are a favorite in this one. Give me the White Sox to win this game on the road in Cleveland, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the San Diego Padres going to Chicago to face the Cubs. The Padres come in at 34-22, and the Cubs come in at 31-23. Game 1 of this series won the Chicago Cubs by the final score of 7-2. Game 2 of this series won by the Chicago Cubs by the final score of 4-3. So the Chicago Cubs are looking to sweep the Padres here. And the pitching matchup for this game is Dinelson Lamet for the San Diego Padres and Adbert Alzolay for the Chicago Cubs. And the San Diego Padres are a favorite in this one. Give me the Padres to win this game on the road in Chicago. And again, a Cubs game goes, and a Cubs game doesn't have the over-under. I don't understand it. Why doesn't the Cubs game have the over-under? Like, never. They never have it. Why? Next up, we have the Minnesota Twins going to Baltimore to face the Orioles. The Twins come in at 22-32, and the Orioles come in at 18-37. Game 1 of this series was won by the Tampa Bay Rays by the final score of 3-1. Game 2 of this series was won by the New York Yankees by the final score of 5-3 in 11 innings. The Yankees walked it off in the bottom of the 11 by the final score of 5-3. The pitching matchup for this game is Shane McClanahan for the Tampa Bay Rays, and Jordan Montgomery for the New York Yankees. And the New York Yankees are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Rays to win this game on the road in New York, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Miami Marlins going to Buffalo to face the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays moved from Tampa Bay to Buffalo, so they are playing in Buffalo. The Marlins come in at 24-29, and the Blue Jays come in at 28-25. Game 1 of this series won by the Toronto Blue Jays by the final score of 5-1. The pitching matchup for this game is Pablo Lopez for the Miami Marlins and Alex Manoah for the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Toronto Blue Jays are a favorite in this one. Give me the Blue Jays to win this game at home, and give me the under 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Washington Nationals going to Atlanta to face the Braves. The Nationals come in at 22-29, and the Braves come in at 25-27. Game 1 of this series won by the Atlanta Braves by the final score of 5-3. Game 2 of this series won by the Washington Nationals by the final score of 11-6. So this one is a split. So whoever wins this game wins the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is John Lester for the Washington Nationals and Drew Smyly for the Atlanta Braves. And I don't know who's favorite in this one, but give me the Braves to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Boston Red Sox going to Houston to face the Astros. The Red Sox come in at 32-22, and the Astros come in at 30-24. Game 1 of this series won the Houston Astros by the final score of 11-2. Game 2 of this series won the Houston Astros by the final score of 5-1. So the Astros are looking to sweep the Red Sox here. And the pitching matchup for this game is Nick Pivetta for the Boston Red Sox and Framber Valdez for the Houston Astros. And the Houston Astros are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Red Sox to win this game on the road in Houston, and give me the under 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Texas Rangers going to Colorado to face the Rockies. The Rangers come in at 22-34, and the Rockies come in at 21-34. Game 1 of this series won the Colorado Rockies by the final score of 3-2. The pitching matchup for this game is Jordan Lyles for the Texas Rangers and Antonio Zenzatella for the Colorado Rockies. And the Colorado Rockies are a favorite in this one. Give me the Rockies to win this game at home, and give me the over 10.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the St. Louis Cardinals going to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers. The St. Louis Cardinals come in at 31-24, and the Dodgers come in at 32-23. Game 1 of this series won the LA Dodgers by the final score of 9-4. Game 2 of this series won the St. Louis Cardinals by the final score of 3-2. I was watching that game earlier, and what a catch! What a catch by the left fielder there. He made a ridiculous catch to win the St. Louis Cardinals game. That was an amazing catch to give the Cardinals the win. Without that catch, I think LA would have won it, because that would have bounced off the wall, and Mookie is fast and would have scored. So yeah, good job by that left fielder there. And the pitching matchup for this game is Carlos Martinez for the St. Louis Cardinals and Walker Buehler for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Dodgers to win this game at home, and give me the over 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Oakland Athletics going to Seattle to face the Mariners. The Athletics come in at 32-25, and the Mariners come in at 28-28. Game 1 of this series won the Seattle Mariners by the final score of 6-5 in 10 innings. The Mariners walked it off in the bottom of the 10 to win the game 6-5. And then in Game 2, Oakland won this game by the final score of 12-6. So this one's a split, so whoever wins this game wins the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Sean Manaea for the Oakland Athletics and Chris Flexen for the Seattle Mariners. And the Oakland Athletics are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Mariners to win this game at home, and give me the over 8 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.